Hey guys, welcome back to JSLovers YouTube channel. I'm recreating this video because the last video was having a lot of voice issue. So today I'm going to talk about dynamic cache or cache on demand in service worker. If you are following progressive web app, you must be reading a lot about doing pre-cache. The only problem with pre-cache is that if you have more than 10 or 20 files, then it become a kind of little bit of downside to mention all those files in your pre-cache, as well as think about there is no guarantee that the files you are mentioning in your pre-cache the user is going to visit. So obviously at one point it is making your code not so good. Also it is hitting the performance. So there should be a way through which whenever a user is visiting a page, you can make that particular page in your cache. This is known as dynamic cache or cache on demand, which means as your user is visiting some page, you are doing the cache of that particular page. So today I'm going to show you that how you are going to do that. It's pretty simple and I will show you a running demo of the same. So the first thing is we already have our pre-cache here. We have the files which I wanted to do pre-cache. Now for the dynamic cache, introduce a variable dynamic cache and name it whatever you want to do. Then the next thing we have to do is we need to come into the fetch event. When the user is going to request a page, that request will go to the network and try to fetch that requested page from there. Also, it will open your dynamic cache. After that, it's a promise. Then after that, it will put the requested URL into the cache in your dynamic cache, as well as it will clone the response of that and it will return the response. Meanwhile, from the network it will serve the page which user requested. If that is not able to do that from network, then it will go to your cache. This cache will be depend upon your dynamic cache, that it will go for your dynamic cache or for your pre-cache, and from there it will do the match and serve you the requested page. So this is how in the code your dynamic cache work. So the only thing here is this part. Now let's see how it is going to work in our working environment. As of now, if you have seen that my pre-cache file has offline, I have one more page which is benefit.html, which I am not doing cache. What I want, when the user is going to visit benefit.html, it should get dynamically cache. So let's switch back to local server. Let me just change the local host. Okay, so my page is working. The first thing I want to do is I want to check my cache. For that, let me go to my application. So I have my pre-cache in which I have index offline resource, which is fine. And here in my dynamic I have style and script because these are the things which I just requested. After that, let's do one thing. Let's go to your network, do the offline, try to revisit this page. It's working fine. Now try to visit offline.html. It's working fine. Now try to visit benefit.html and it's not working. Why? Because this is not pre-cache, this is not dynamically cached yet. How we can do and that's why it is not available offline. If you want it to be available offline without doing pre-cache, all you need to do is just go online, move to the network, do a single refresh. Now if you will switch back to your dynamic cache, you will see this your page is getting cached. Now what you can do is you can just switch back, go offline, and try again, and see, it is not broken. So this is how your dynamic cache work. It cache your pages on the fly, on the demand, when the user is going to visit it. The one thing is here that you need to limit that which pages you want to cache and which you don't want to cache. That is something you need to look up to. Also, there is a way through which you can clean your cache also. We are going to look that in the future videos. I hope this video is useful for you. I hope in this video there is no voice issue. Please let me know your feedback, your suggestions in the comment section. If you like this video, please give the thumbs